wrap up this meeting with some formalities. We already went through what the cost really is. It's a European framework. There's not so much funding in this cost action, and please remember that it only funds the networking and not the research. But in the application, you should also point out what's the essence of the research. It's bottom up, so it's open to all research areas, and it's the networking tools. That's the essence of the cost. So the setup of the proposal also follows the other Horizon 2020 actions. It's set up of the excellence part, the impact part, and the implementation part. And in the excellence part, you should describe the state of the art, but also how you go beyond the state of the art and what kind of added value the networking brings to it.
Can I ask anything?
Yes, of course.
I mean, this is a bit difficult. I mean, progress beyond the state of art. It's like you promise something. I mean, you said we should promise something. But it's really difficult to promise on behalf of people who don't get money to do anything and to get an agreement on getting anywhere. Now, what do you promise? I mean,
What you're anyway doing.
okay.
So you have a project, you have an ESC grant, and you know what you are expecting
Yeah,
to
but
do
you need-
within the next 5 years.
And all the others.
You include that, yes.
So you collect goals from the others and then
Yes.
you put them in.
And the impact, you should stress what kind of results and output this network brings, what it leads to. Yes. And the implementation part, as Martina and Rasmus mentioned, the network, the kinds of networks that you intend to do, training in schools, exchange. Yes. So the deadline is September 7th, and the call is already open, so you can already now go into the system and see what is required. It's not a long proposal, 15 pages, but you have to respect those page limits, and then there are some format requirements as well. But you can all find it in the Cost Action website. When you write the proposal, you have to remember that you have to have had at least 7 costful or cooperating members. And also the proposal must be anonymous. So actually you cannot refer to indirect and direct proposal people who will be part of the network. And of course it all...
Yeah. I'm a little confused. Do you have to contact these 7 and ask them to join, or is everybody allowed to join once a proposal like this is approved?
There are 2 ways. The most common way is that you have a proposal which you have conceived together with a group, let's say maybe 5 or 10 of your colleagues around Europe, and then when there can be other people involved or interested from abroad who then wants to join the action. So normally you will have a core group in advance. I think we had, when we started BestPack, we had maybe 20 people around Europe who were involved and who immediately said to us in advance that they were interested, and we made simply a list of names and countries who were interested and put it into the MOU.
And a question to the anonymous. That means you don't say this partner is doing that, or we're including that partner, but a list of countries you will have. So you just say the country, you don't say the partner. Is that
No. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and you have to respect the criteria written in the proposal, and it has to be written in English. So the cost is the cost action is open, and here I have summarized the process. So good luck with the proposal and respect the formalities required.
What
And-
kind of help can you get from your office?
Not much. We have. If you have a practical question around cost, we can of course help you. But basically, these MOUs that you have to write as your background, they are very simple, and we cannot add very much to the quality, because the quality is based on your network and your idea, and we cannot. It doesn't really help to add in what you can call the bureaucratic stuff that we can help you with in like in other EU proposals. So it's very different from that.
Small questions.
Small practical questions, we can always help you to clarify if something is like this or like that.
Another question?
Yes.
What is the cost pool members, is it equivalent to the Horizon 2020, or is it another?
No, COST is an association with its own membership list, and you can go in on the COST website, you can see all the COST members. It goes actually a little bit back and forth. For instance, when new countries suddenly arrives, sometimes there will be COST members and sometimes there will not be. I think the new COST member is Serbia, was that something like that? So there are some of the small, for instance, Balkan countries, just be cross-checking that they are actually currently members or not. Because it's based on paying, who's paying to be part of COST. But we have, for instance, Turkey, and they also have a system called near neighborhood countries, which is a number of countries around Europe, like Moldova and Russia can also be is also a near neighborhood country. We have Tunis, a colleague from Tunis who was involved in the project as well. Yeah. Thank you very much, and thanks to Muhan, to Martia, and